What's up, guys? Michael Valor here, coming at you for Wednesday night at 8 p.m. You know the drill. I'm going to give it 20 seconds for Valor TV. I'm going to give it 20 seconds for everybody to get seated, everybody to get ready for some energy, everybody to get their pens, papers out, their minds open, because today we're going to go through Who is MV. We're going to go through Who is MV. So share this thing, turn on post notifications for when Michael Valor goes live. You'd be silly not to, because this thing is hype. So I'll be talking to you in 20 seconds. Let's go, everybody! Let's go! Send some lights on this thing, dude! Get ready! Get amped! We got 5 seconds! We got 5 seconds! Let's hit this! Alright. Boom! Wow! What's up, guys? Michael Valor here, coming at you real quick. From the top of the sky in Raleigh, North Carolina. Dude, I'm getting a little loose today because we're going to be talking about something very near and dear to my heart. Obviously, what that is me. I'm very near and dear to my own heart. I love myself, I do. And it's not a bad thing. You should love yourself too, by the way, just letting you know. So, let's get into this. Everybody's been asking me this. Oh my God, I almost forgot. Look, there's promotions today. There's promotions, actually. This is very important. Let's go through the promotions first, okay? All right, number 1, promotion. These are all people to come into privates, okay? We're going to have all of the promotion stuff solidified very soon, where every time people are getting to private, they're going to get a $25 gift card. We're moving them up ranks. We're going to have 5 or 6 ranks that are going to be unlocked pretty soon after I hit this Michigan Regional, which is going to be amazing. There's going to be 500 kids, okay, millennials, in this theater, and I am going to blow up. I'm telling you, that is going to be an extravaganza. Broadway has nothing on what I'm going to do on that stage. I'm serious. It's a $5,000 ticket. That's how expensive this thing should be, and they're charging like 25 or 50 bucks for it. It's nuts. But, it's the start off, you know what I mean? It's the come up, it's the lift off. So, anyway, people getting promoted. Okay, who do we got? We've got Miss Katie Kaiser, dude. Miss Katie Kaiser. But let me hit a little bit on who this is. This is one of the most loving and intellectual, empathic individuals that I've ever met in my entire life. She really does understand how nature works within the universe, which is so amazing for me to see. And obviously, best friends with Dane. She's been rocking the content so hard. Thank you so much for everything that you've done. Oh, and Nicole, hopefully I'm saying this right, okay? So don't just work with me on this, okay? I could say Nicole B or Bowdish or Bodish. It's one of the things. It's really close, and we connected online, and we've been so connected since then. We got to meet each other in Mexico at one of my events. She is a phenomenal leader. Her significant other is a phenomenal leader. Mr. Joe, he's my man. Seriously, throw it up for Joe. I appreciate you guys so much, and thank you and welcome and congratulations to joining the Golden Movement, because we're working it, man. We're rolling. We are going so fast, and it's incredible. So now, here's the thing. Let's touch on a couple things, because today, I'm telling you, it's going to be more of a talk show kind of thing, where people are going to be focused on learning about me and what I'm doing and what's going on with this entire thing. And I want to cut some things in here, because what I try to do is I try to provide you guys content. You see what I'm saying? I'm trying to give you step by step how to become successful, how to get a view like this, how to make lots of money in your life, how to do everything the right way. Seriously. And no problem, Nicole. You're awesome. Congratulations to all you guys. Seriously, let me say it again, because my heart goes to you both. Love you. So, back to it. Now, I've done pretty well for myself as a 22-year-old. You see what I'm saying? We had a really good, looking back on it for taxes. This is the thing I did for taxes. I get to look back on, what I did for the past year in business. And I was so proud of myself. I'm sitting there with this tax guy, and the guy's, looking at me in, totally blanked face. How did you do this? Literally. How did you do this? And it's I'm giving him success advice. I'm giving my tax guy success advice because he's asking me how, at my age, I went out there and did this whole thing that I've done. done, this empire that's been built, this movement that's been created, the leadership, the businesses, the infrastructure, the marketing, the branding, all of the talks that I've ever done. Imagine all of it. Now let's pull it back here, because this is something that I want to touch on, and people are going to be kind of upset with me about this. Probably none of my particular golden soldiers, because they understand, but I'm going to talk to like the general populace here and say that adults have a serious misunderstanding of the youth, okay? And I think that it's a big play on the fact that we're young, so we don't know what we're doing. Literally, right now I'm looking for PR agents, so I've been talking to the literally the top of the top PR agents in the United States, and we're looking to get signed relatively soon. They're talking about Valor reality shows, they're talking about daytime talk shows, they're talking about all kinds of crazy things, Valor corners on like multiple different channels. It's nuts. And the thing is, and why I'm like bringing this up is because it's not to brag about what's happening on the PR side, because that's awesome. But what I'm talking about, which is crazy, catch this, is literally I get on the phone with these guys, they find out I'm 21, and they think they can like rock me into some BS contract that's going to give them a high percentage of what Michael Valor does for the future. Not just that, but like they're just like, well, since you're young, you just don't know. And I'm like, here's the deal, homie, okay? Let's talk like that, because this is what you think that I'm about to talk like. Here's the deal. I know exactly what I'm doing, right? I know exactly what I'm doing. And the things that have happened so far in business show that. My past shows that. I'm not just walking up and I'm claiming that I know what I'm doing. Here's the deal. I'm going to be honest with you. I've studied. Crazy as that is, I've studied the tops, I've studied the executives, I've studied the best, I've seen the branding and marketing of the top tiers. I really want to tell you this, it's not that crazy. None of what they're doing is that crazy or that difficult. It's not challenging, it's just regular work. They're regular people doing regular work, and they think that just because they're older, they can put this like hand over you and grab you and push you down. And I only tell you this, and I want all my adults listening, please do not underestimate someone because of their age. Please, because the biggest problem is what you're going to face is you're going to see all these youth, all these millennials are going to fly past you. Why? Because we're adaptive. We understand technology. We move quicker. We're the social generation. We understand how to work the marketplace. Now, if we can just get a little bit of motivation and energy, which is what I am for, if we can just get a little bit of motivation and energy, then we can start really rocking this thing and kick ass in the marketplace. That's it. End of story. And here's another thing. Watch. You guys don't understand this, so you think I get on here and I'm just like candid and I'm open and I like talk about everything. But look, I've got to work within like some sort of bubble. And what I mean by the bubble is that like literally I just like cursed right there about like a minute and a half back, and I don't do that. And the reason I don't do that is because of the branding and the image, and I don't want to be associated with that, with the foulness. Now that doesn't mean that I am not going to curse in my free time. Sometimes it's going to slip out of my mouth while I'm talking to people within my home atmosphere. But what I'm saying is that on lives, I imagine that there's not 50 people on here or 2,000 people going to watch this thing. I'm talking about millions of people watching this. I'm talking about the world watching this. What I want people's children to see this. That is the caliber I hold myself to. And as easy as it would be is to just jump out here and curse like crazy and talk about like how intense everything is and use those big burly words to like get some emotional satisfaction out of it, it's probably better for me to play long term. And that's another thing, piggybacking on the fact that I'm telling you that these adults that I'm dealing with right now are just highly underestimating what millennials are capable of. I am so serious. It's nasty, it's crazy, it's ridiculous, it blows my mind that they think they're dealing with a child when they're on the phone, and you have no idea that you're dealing with one of the biggest sharks in the nation. And let me say that again, because I want to come at this really confidently, because you're clicking on this as who is MV, okay? Who is MV? And I will tell you this, I am one of the most confident people on the planet. How about that? On the planet. Why? Because at the age of 22 years old, I'm in the nicest apartment in my city, okay? I've grown an empire. I've built people. I've created six-figure earners. I am never going to have to work for another day in my life. Are you following what I'm saying? And it's like, are you going to get on the phone and demean me because of my age when I accomplished something? And let me get this straight. Are you at a job right now? Are you at a job right now? Yeah, you're at a job right now, homie. You got a boss, and I don't. Don't put me down because I'm 22 years old. Don't act like I don't know what I'm talking about. You see what I'm saying? Your advice doesn't matter because we're doing this differently. We are doing this differently. Throw up a gold symbol if you're about doing this differently. If you're about doing life differently. If you're about doing the structure differently. Because the deal is that business hasn't worked thus far. You see what I'm saying? The capitalistic movement, okay, has caused a bunch of problems. Now, I'm not against capitalism. I'm not. I'll throw my hands in the air and say that we need experts to talk to. But what I will say is that whatever is happening right now, whatever you want to determine that may be, it's a problem. It's a problem. People are dying. People are dying. So now, let me get back to my story, okay? Let's throw it real quick, okay? I want to talk about who I am and why I'm doing this and why you should tag on to this, because if you think that I came from a run-of-the-mill regular background or that I'm a regular run-of-the-mill guy, you've got it all wrong. There's a reason why I am who I am, and there's a reason why I operate the way I operate. Now, growing up as a kid, I was really weird. I was really weird, because I was this weird, but I was so afraid to show it to the people, okay? Now, catch this, dude. Only the real fans are going to stay on this. Only the real people who really want to know what's going on with this thing. I'm telling you, this live right here is about to be legendary because this is going to be the only and an exclusive sneak peek as to who I am and what actually is going on in this entire gold movement. Because the thing is that I don't open up too much, and the reason for that is because it's a crazy world out there, number one. Number two, I want to make sure that all people can connect with my story and that I make myself not just a person, but an ideal, okay? And that's a sacrifice. And the reason why I live that sacrifice is this, is that even as 2 years old, I wanted to be president of the United States. I wanted to. And I thought that was crazy. I never even said it, honestly. Like, I didn't even talk about it because I knew that was like a crazy concept. I was born in a regular townhouse area, you know what I'm saying? Nothing too good. I was born in Trenton, New Jersey. Grew up in New Jersey. And I got to see poverty. I saw poverty. I saw that grow up. And then I saw a white picket fence. I got to see that too. And I got to see what city life was like. And then I moved to North Carolina. I got to see what like rural life was like. I literally nestled in rural America. I got to grow up I got to be in Youngsville, and I got pushed around from house to house for every 6 months. Every 6 months I was in a new house as a youth. And to understand how I am in business now, I really want to get through to you guys that, like, I was on the streets for a good portion of my time as a teenager. I mean, literally walking the roads, miles, hundreds of miles, okay? And got picked up in multiple different places and slept under bridges. And the thing is, like, I could say that with a smile right now, but the fact of it is it was probably some of the scariest moments of my life. Scariest. I mean, sitting under a bridge when you got nobody there to call. Nobody's trying to come pick you up. You are sitting there and you are looking around and it's dark and you hear stuff. Dude, I don't care how manly you are. That sucks. It sucks. A fox could be eating your eye when you wake up, and you don't want a fox eating your eye, okay? Foxes are not cool, especially at night. It might, like, you see a picture of a fox and you're like, oh, that's a really cool fox. Like, I would even like a pet fox maybe, but I'm talking about a real fox eating your eye. That sucks. And that's the kind of stuff I was thinking about happening. Now, keep this in mind as well. Let's pull it back again, all right? When I was 16 years old, I was a mess. I was failing every single class. I was failing miserably. I'm talking about failing to the umpteenth degree. I'm talking like I was 518 out of 528 in my senior class, okay? And that means there was 10 people behind me, 6 of them were expelled. That means only 4 living creatures were behind me in class. Are you getting what I'm saying, okay? I was failing. I was stupid. That's what they said. Literally, teachers were like, this kid's stupid. It's a stupid kid. You see what I'm saying? Now, there were other teachers who were about me, who loved it, dude, who loved who I was, because I wasn't quiet in class, by no means. I was loud, I was aggressive, I was hyper, I was always trying to put on a show. And the thing is like I took all my attention from being like the funniest person in the room into being the most successful because I deemed that cool. And I just had to deem that cool. I just had to figure out what I deemed being cool. And I thought being funny was cool, so I was funny. I was like as funny as I could be. How funny could I possibly be right now? And I did crazy stuff in class, okay? Like, I mean, I would walk out of the room, I would talk, I don't even want to get into it, honestly, but it was just crazy stuff, okay? Like nasty, like weird, like funny, crazy things you've never seen in class before. Seriously, that's just the best I could say, okay? So I would go out and I do that. And I'm being this crazy kid, and I'm being the class clown, and everyone thinks I'm going to fail in life, okay? I think that when I graduate, I'm going to be a plumber, and I'm sitting in class, I've got bleach blonde hair, okay? Very short, buzz cut, bleach blonde hair, dyed it with hydrogen peroxide. That's the kind of kid I was, wearing a bunch of beads, because I was like extremely spiritual at the time. Like I was trying to figure out what was inside my mind at 16 years old, and I was doing quantum mechanics, sitting under my desk in a fetal position, okay, in my junior year. Keep this all in mind. This is the kid you're talking about today. I would literally be doing quantum mechanics. I thought that I came up with the equation for time travel, okay? And I get to walk up and I erase all the board on what the teacher was talking about and start writing my quantum physics equations. And she let me do it because I was Michael and that was okay. You see what I'm saying? That's the kind of thing that I grew up with, where I was always the center of attention. It was always like, what's Michael doing? And it was a bad look for a really long time. But the problem is, as it gained forward momentum, I've lived this very weird life and I keep turning around as if it's like a camera watching me, seriously. Because it seems like a TV show how weird my life is. And I've always seen destined for greatness. And I'm not just saying that. And I understand. I'll say this, dude. I understand that every single person in the entire world will say that, like I feel like I'm meant for something more. And that's because you're human. So you are meant for something more. What I'm talking about, though, is like I was thinking like on another level. Like I just had what I'm saying is I had no physical parameters. School meant nothing to me. You see what I'm saying? I had no authority, right? And there was nothing ever once that I thought about that I was like, I need to follow these instructions. There were no instructions. There were no rules. It was do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. Walk out of class. Walk to class. Walk out of home. Never go home. It doesn't matter. And that like built who I was in business. Because what I got to see is I got to see that even in business, there are no rules. You go out there and you do whatever you got to do to win. And that's the thing, like, you're going to try to make a deal with me and we're going to try to sign a contract. You're going to try to play me like I'm a kid when I literally was on the streets and it was only me who I could count on. Seriously. It was only me. It was only me. And I'm on the streets. You see what I'm saying? Like, it was survival at that point. And it's like, you're crazy now. You look at this guy and it's like, look at what you've accomplished. You're on the top floor of the largest skyscraper in your city, right? But where'd you come from? What happened? Look, I got a nasty, nasty desire for success. Why? Because I know exactly what the bottom looks like. That's when people come up to me and I'm dressed to the nines, dude, and I like designer stuff. So I'm dressed up, okay? I'm looking pretty good, right? And a homeless person comes up to me and like some of my friends, like even my brand new friends, will come up to me and they'll be like, dude, what are you doing? You're gonna give this guy money? And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna give him a good amount of money. Why? Because you're not gonna judge anybody that comes up to you on the street. You're not gonna judge anybody who's lost in life. Because let me tell you, they just don't know they can win. They just don't know that they can win, that they can turn it all around, that the position is open. And today I'm going to be giving you guys a lot of energy and a lot of feedback on who I am and what I was. And now keep in mind, I'm going to be sweating because I'm going to go hard on this one. I usually do that, right? Because I put a lot of energy into this and I'm going to be sweating because I'm going crazy because I want to give it to you guys right here, right now. Because the thing is, this thing's ready to pop. This movement is ready to pop. I'm telling you, there's going to be PR agents hitting us up and talking to us. I'm saying us because it's not me. I want you to know when you look at me, like, know what's beyond what I'm saying, because it's not just me, it's this movement. It's every person. I don't care about myself like that. I'm not self-centered. It doesn't matter. Because to me, everything I gained from the point where I was at is a win. Because I had nothing. Nothing. Zero. So every time I gained, it was a win. And I was going to get nasty about it. Nobody's going to take it away. So what am I going to do? In order for no one to take it away from me, because people took things away from me my whole life, what was I going to do? I'm going to make myself the best thing possible. The best thing possible. I'm going to study every day. I'm going to go hard every day. I'm going to train my body every day. I'm going to train my mind every day. I'm going to do magic. Now watch this. You're like, what do you mean you're going to do magic? How about this? The United States of America, pretty reputable organization, am I correct? They spend billions of dollars, billions, on psychic research. Billions of dollars on psychic research. And you're going to tell me that that stuff doesn't exist. Well, that's fine. While I'm going ahead and planning my mind to do that, you can go ahead and keep saying it doesn't exist. But I'm going to keep winning in life. You see what I'm talking about? It's like I don't care what the rules are anymore. That I'm coming for the top. Why? Because so many people are losing. So many people aren't gaining life. So many people aren't living fully. They don't even know they can win. And I'm going to go up there and I'm going to climb up to the top and I'm going to tell them, look at what you're doing. Look at what you're doing. Now I understand that some people have problems. And I understand that some people aren't really good people. And that some people don't deserve it all. And maybe you even think some people aren't capable of getting it. And I'm going to tell you this, that I have seen the human willpower in full effect. And when I saw human willpower in full effect, it gave me belief beyond imagining on what each one of us can accomplish as soon as the eyes are woken up. Because the thing is that people just have no idea what their internal power systems are, and that you've been living in this structure for far too long. We don't realize that anything's capable. The job you want is capable. The business you want is capable. The mental power you want is capable. That you are limitless. And it's all trained by habit. So now, pull back to it. I wanted to be president of the United States of America, and I will do something along those lines. They ask me, is that still your dream? No. My vision has been expanded. I want to lead the world. Lead the world. I want to lead the world. I want to create a brand new system. A completely revolutionized system that is simple, that is sanctified, that brings experts in, that works for everybody. And you could say that it's not possible, but let me tell you that it is, because I'm going to go do it. And everybody on here, right here listening, you're with me. And if you're with me, we're going to go do it. Because I'm telling you that these experts are a call away, that the system is not hard to create, that everything is so much easier than you could imagine. And if this is a little peer into my mind, I'm telling you that I'm not stopping till I reach the top. And I'm not talking the top of money and making $1 million. I'm not talking the top of making 100 billion and owning oil and owning countries. I'm talking the top of it all. Why? Because I'll deserve it. Why? Because I'll work for it. Why? Because I've got 24 hours. 24. And so does everybody else on the planet. And I think I'm off to a pretty good start. You see what I'm saying? And guess what? Here's the deal, and why the people are going to make sure that I help reach the top, and why everyone I've ever met roots for me, because I care. Because I care. As ruthless as I can be, because I can, I'm not going to lie. As in it as I can be, as powerful as I can be, as focused as I am, because I am all those things, those scary, intense things. Ask yourself this question: would you want your leader to be anything else? Would you want your leader to be anything else but intensely focused, intensely strong, intensely powerful? Does not take no for an answer. But at the same time, at the same exact time, I love you. I love you. Why? Because I grew up with nothing. Because I saw what it was like to be alone. Because I saw what it was like to lose at life. Because I know how it feels when you're up at night and somebody left you, or they said you weren't good enough, or you didn't really pass through all the obstacles of life, and you think this one's too big. Let me tell you, newsflash, it's not. It's not too big. Nothing is unaccomplishable by you. And here's the cool thing: we're going to tell everybody that. We're going to tell everybody. We're going to get on stage and we're going to tell everybody. This is not a success speaker. Don't compare me to Steve Jobs. Don't compare me to the young Tony Robbins, is what I get on the phone. You're like the young Tony Robbins. You just understand people. You just understand the human condition and emotions. No. I am not the young Tony Robbins. I am Michael Valor, and I will lead the world. I will compress every leader who has ever walked on this planet, and I will put them into one. And I will make a system that works for everybody. And I will attract heroes, because I can't do this by myself. And I will lead those heroes to a progressive utopia. Why? Why? Because it's possible. And because what's happening right now doesn't work. People are dying. We're eating poison. The education system's messed up. Transportation has been created in the 1920s. Look at what's going on. We've got cars with engines. Where is the gravitational transportation? Where are the cures for diseases? This is the 21st century right now. Are you following what I'm saying? This world is different. You can get scared. See, people even sometimes, they do this to me, where they're like, Mike, you're being too much. No, I'm not enough. I'm not enough. I need a team. I need people. I'm not enough. By myself, I'm not enough, and I will set myself on fire for the world. I swear. Why? Because I want to give myself to the world. Why? Because I didn't want to use it. I didn't want to use who I was. I hated it. I grew up hating it. I hated that I was so weird and that I never got along with anybody and that everybody seemed like foreign to me and that my mind was moving faster than everybody else's and this intelligence was bursting through my head and I just decided to do nothing. I decided to do nothing with it. All of the emotion, all of the power that I had, nothing. I gave up. I said, screw this life. Nobody understands. Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make everybody understand. I'm going to get real good at communication. I'm going to get so good at communication that they don't want me to stop talking. That they want me on stage and they want me giving it to them because I give them power back. I give them power back. I give the people power back. And everybody's going to get lit up. And that's why I say, Kendrick Lamar, high power, dude. High power every day. Because we're a generation that needs a surge. A generation that's been degenerated by the system. And the system needs to be changed. And it's not going to be changed with 45-page documents, 75-page documents, 100-page documents. The system's going to be changed with simplicity. And then I'm going to get up there and I'm going to give it to the people every single time. I'm not going to be a leader that hides behind walls. I'm not going to be a leader that hides behind a camera and stays politically correct. I'll sweat in front of you. I'll get in the dirt right next to you and I'll work and I'll grind and I'll make this world a better place every single day. Every single day. I will make myself better every single day. As I train for you. Because when I'm done, because it's happening. There's nothing anyone could do about it. It's happening. The world will change. I'm not attached to any one way the world will change. I'm not attached to any system. I'm not attached to any ideology or any nation or any fate. I'm attached to the right way. The right way. The right way for everybody. Because I'm telling you that the super puzzle of life needs a bunch of different pieces. A bunch. And I'm going to make sure that I can provide each and every one of them. That I can go out there and make sure that I tell you that your dreams come true. That I can tell you that you can go out there with this system and win every day. Win every day. That your family can win. And that we're going to stop global warming. Not question anymore if it's legitimate. That's what they're doing. That's what the adults, the specialists, the experts, that's what they're doing. They're out there questioning if it's real. What happens if it is? You see what I'm saying? The world, what happens if global warming's real while you guys are arguing about it for the last 10 years? What happens if it's real? Why can't we just stop it? Why can't we just end this thing? Why can't we figure out a way to do it? Where's the funding at? The funding? Wow, that's a crazy concept. Nobody's funding any saving the world projects. People are funding crazy new chairs and new speedboats and Yamaha motorbikes. You see what I'm saying? It blew my mind. The world just needs a total change, a flip of the system, something different. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do the whole thing. Why? Because I can. I'm going to be honest with you here. One time, because nobody's going to hear this. You see what I'm saying? Out of the echo of the world, it's going to be silent. People in the Philippines don't know who I am right now. You follow me? People in Asia don't know who I am right now. People in Europe don't know who I am right now. You see what I'm saying? The mass public, you can ask them who Michael Valor is, and a lot of them are going to say they don't know. So let me say this to you here right now on a live broadcast. I am 22 years old. I will, not want to, will lead the entire world. I will unify the globe. I will provide free energy to the public. I will make an economy that works for everybody. I will give more jobs and better infrastructure and better schools. Why? Because I can find experts. I will give you energy. I will make sure you want to win in life. I'll make sure the human race wants to win in life. And if people try to oppose this situation, we're going to have a meaningful discussion about it. Because I'm going to ask them, what do you want? What do you want? They're going to say something. They want something. And if we can give them that something, then we don't have enemies. You follow me? If you don't believe in what I'm talking about right now, and you don't want to be a part of the golden movement because your ego is too big and you just think like, oh, I could do it too. Let me tell you this, I guarantee this, and I want to put this on paper right now and like really lock this in. You are not using your 24 hours like me. If anybody on here, not my golden soldiers, I'm talking about people on here who want to watch this and want to question the legitimacy, I guarantee you, I put my life and my soul and my eternity on it that you're not using your 24 hours better than me. I guarantee it, because I am reading more than you, and I'm running more than you, and I'm listening more than you, and I'm studying more than you, and I'm trying more than you, and I'm pushing more than you, and I'm going after it more than you. I guarantee it, because guess what? There's nothing else. There's nothing else. This is Michael Valor. This is all I ever am. I am going to save the world. And that's it. End of story. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to push and I'm going to shove until it gets done. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to unite the entire world. I'm telling you. And we're going to build infrastructure that works. And the stuff that you're going to see come out of Valor Corp and the Golden Movement, dude, I'm telling you, you've not seen anything like it before. I'm telling you, Tomorrowland, the future, blown up. We're going to have huge conferences. Millions of people are going to come down who have been cured from diseases that Valor Corp went out and cured. Who I am, you want to know who I am? I'm a hero. I'm a hero. I'm a hero, and that's all I ever wanted to be. And when I started talking about it, it started to become true. And that's when I gave my life to this cause. And that's what I impel you to do. This is what I ask you to do. Give your life to the cause. Why? Because we're going to go out there and we're going to save the world. We are going to do that. I really want you to understand what is really possible. And anything is. Anything is. If you go out there and you give your life to something, you will feel fulfilled. How about that? When you give your life to something, you will feel fulfilled. The project is already done. I've already got the plan finished. The question is whether or not you want to benefit from it or not. The question is whether you want to live a good life or you want to give up. The question is whether you want to take the trophy with me as the human race or not. Because the thing is, you have all these potentials as much as I do. But I was born a little bit different. A little bit different. And you're going to see that as we go forward. And I hope that one day when I'm 40 years old and I'm leading the world and everyone's like, Michael Valor is the world president. You know what I'm saying? And we're going crazy about it. That they pull up this. That they pull up this audio right here where I'm sweating at 22 years old. And I'm sweating, okay, at 22 years old. And I'm telling the public, I'm telling my golden soldiers what is about to happen. Because I want this to stay in the registry. I want people in Valor Corp to know that this is what I'm going to do. That this is not a question. That when you look back 15 years from now, this will be the actual facts of life. 15 years, 10 years, 10 years, 5 years. Wait till you see how fast I can move. I'm telling you, I can move faster than you can imagine in business. I'm more focused than anyone on the planet. I'm telling you, I got speed. People ask, so like, talk about yourself more. Here you go. Here you go. This is me. Cool? I'm sweating. I'm sweating and I'm going crazy on camera and I'm trying to give the people the real deal. This is me. I'm working hard. This is me. I'm putting energy out every day. This is me. I see beauty and unbelievable universal love spreading across the human race. This is me. I see world peace. This is me. I see new infrastructure. This is me. And I'll also get ruthless in order to make sure this happens and to make sure the bad guys don't come in and mess this up. Because guess what? There's bad guys. That's why there's a word for it. But there's also perfection. That's why there's a word for it. And guess what? There's also you. And that's why there's a word for it. So please go out there and accomplish everything you possibly can. Please understand that being a part of this golden movement is nothing more than being part of a political party, but it's a new one. It's a new one. It's one for a real leader to come into play, to really create a system that benefits the people, to really bring power back to the masses, because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the elitist game. And I like the elites. I'll talk to them. Let's have a conversation about this. Because look, if you're not talking to me, you're making a big mistake. This is me, Michael Valor. Nice to meet you. See you next week.